Hello, what have we here?
You're wrong.
Damn! What the hell was that?
Game over, man. Game over.
You're wrong.
You finished?
Well, I didn't think you had it in you.
I'm your huckleberry.
Greetings, boys and girls, lemurs and squirrels, and welcome to The Week in Geek, a wholly owned subsidiary of free-range Idiocy, wherein we present our midweek dose of geekery for you, the people. Sit back and relax as we scrape the best news we found off the bottom of the interweb shoe and let you know exactly how we feel about it. This is The Week in Geek Wednesday for February 25th, 2026, in the miserable year of our Lord. And I'm your Uncle Todd, and with me, as always, is the lead editor-in-chief, auto washer of The Week in Geek. I give you the man they go to.
Well, telemark.
Feels like the appropriate start to, as you mentioned, the miserable year of 2026. It feels like the appropriate greeting is,
Well,
Or as Hunter S. Thompson always used to say, this foul year of our Lord. Always had a nice ring to it. I miss it like 50% of the time.
Yes.
How you doing, sir?
I am well. Still kicking out here in Chi-Town, USA, as the warm weather has temporarily departed. Gosh, it was cold outside when I had to bring the garbage and the recycling.
Don't you, as president of the HOA, have minions for that sort of thing?
I do not.
People
No.
plying you for favors? Nothing?
Not at all.
Then what the hell is the point?
It's basically more responsibility for no pay. So
I was going to say, do you at least get a stipend?
nope, nothing.
So there's no favors.
No.
There's no stipend.
Nothing.
Wow, they saw you coming a mile away, dude.
Nope.
They saw you. They're like, look at this responsible, upstanding gentleman. We'll grind him to dust.
I hate to rock your worldview, but I think if you go to any HOA, that's kind of the situation, my friend. So,
Did you like?
and if there are favors being traded, that might be illegal. So,
Well, yeah. But still, like, did you have to
or
run?
if there is
or
a stipend, it might be.
Did you have to
illegal.
run for this position, or was this like they just sort of like you got elected one day when you weren't there?
No, I did have to run. I put my
You
name.
campaigned for this.
I didn't campaign. I just put my name. I filled in a form and put it in, and
That counts as a campaign.
Part of the form was letting people know, who you are, what how you're going to make the association better.
In Chicago, that is all the campaigning you need to do, and let the machine take care of the rest.
Okay, you're about to come out here for the second time. Your knowledge of Chicago, my friend. You're learning, but come on now.
I know, vote early, vote often. Okay.
Well, there is that. Yes, that is well known and well understood. But yes, indeed. But yeah, we are preparing for idiots in Chicago. Number two.
And actually, by the time this is live, I will be. Well, actually, technically speaking, by the time this goes live, I will be very close to Chicago. But by the day that this goes live, I will be setting foot in Chicago for the second time. Actually, not the second time. This is like the third time, because remember, I helped you move out there.
You're right. It is.
That counts.
That is the third time.
I don't know if it's the charm, but I mean,
you're getting there. But we will be. Although it just reminded me, I need to get that booking at the bourbon bar I was telling you about. I got to get that booking in place. I got the parking booking all set to go for Saturday.
I was going to ask you about that because I looked on Ticketmaster today and they're like sold out. I'm like, oh boy,
sold out. Oh, the event sold out.
Well, no, the parking.
Oh, because I did it last night and it was wide open. So
yeah, it might just be Ticket Bastards thing of like, oh well, who knows?
Yeah,
I've given up trying to figure that thing out. So
let me check on Spot Hero here, and
you do that. And in the meantime, I got nothing.
Really? That's it?
I do. I've got nothing. I've exerted all of my brain cells trying to prepare for this trip. I've got all my arrangements
it's still
in order.
available on Spot Hero. Parking's still available. It's probably goofs at Ticketmaster. So
Ticketmaster not making money on something is a big goof because that's usually their thing.
So the idiots are getting together once again on Friday, and we will be gallivanting. Hopefully not in the rain as we had to do the last visit you made, because
that was lovely.
I don't think we absorbed enough moisture into our bodies after, and I'm not talking about drinking. I'm talking about being rained upon, shoes being soaking wet. I mean, it was just.
I found a guppy in my shoe. That's how much rain there was, and the bourbon was purely medicinal at that point to try and ward off the chill.
Yes, but one thing Uncle Todd's looking forward to is to once again having his fine barbecue, his fine gluten-free cornbread at Green Street Meats. Oh, we will be feasting, and he will be happy. So,
and I might get myself some gluten-free Chicago-style pizza.
Ah, that's right. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
My cholesterol is going to be orbiting 500 by the time I get home.
Hey, it'll be the same viscosity as mine. So,
that's just what I want.
Something to
blood like buttermilk.
Tonight, I got a pizza from this local pizza joint, and it's literally called the Meat Sweats. And
you're not supposed to have pizza, sir.
I'm not, but I did. So, yeah.
Don't me. Just make sure your life insurance is in order for your wife. That's
got my arrangements in place. So
good.
But the main event of the weekend,
yes,
is on Saturday because. Although once we finish recording, we do need to talk about what else are we doing leading up to the event on Saturday, because I think we have a pretty good plan of getting to the event and all of in the evening and everything, but kind of leading up to it, I was realizing this morning, like, yeah, what are we doing exactly?
Bourbon.
Oh, okay. Well, I can't. I'm driving, so.
Well, not although the event.
There's a breakfast. Because we have this problem because we're going to Elimination Chamber. Doors open 4:30. 6 o'clock start.
I believe so. Yes,
I believe. So we realize we can't exactly have kind of a traditional or kind of a conventional dinner because we need to be at the place because the doors are opening.
And much like most modern sports venues, there's like nothing around the United Center, right? This
right.
Kind of
and then the event's probably going to get it done at like 9 or 9:30. We're going to get back to the Estate des Chevaux. Basically, probably by 10 or 10:30. So probably not prime eating time. So,
oh, hell yes, it is. That was that Mexican place that you said was still going to be open.
We could do that. Yes, we could.
I can pound down some tacos at 10 o'clock. Are you kidding? I don't have a flight.
I just don't know if they're I don't know if they're gluten free. I hope,
dude. It's Mexican food. You there's so much corn involved.
Okay.
Like, that is the reason I am so glad that I love Mexican food.
Okay.
Because most Mexican restaurants are a safe haven for me because it's so modular and there's corn tortillas and all that stuff.
All right.
I'd be willing to bet.
Okay. Well, then it looks like I was thinking what we could do is get like a brunch, kind of in the early afternoon to be the fuel for later in the day. But yes, we could definitely do a little bit of a late night taco run if you need to.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes. Paul, where you at?
You remember that? You see the photo I sent you of Undertaker?
Oh, that was hysterical. My God.
What was that like?
That didn't look like a backyard barbecue in Barrington. You know what I mean?
Hey, Paul, you want some potatoes out? Oh, yes.
Oh, yes.
Just drop the gimmick, Paul. It's okay.
Gosh. Kane, start the fire.
I hadn't even thought of that one. Good call. Who brought a lighter? It's got to be Kane.
It's got to be Kane. Oh, good stuff. But yeah, main event Saturday evening, live from the United Center. We will talk about this in our Friday episode, which is ironic because we'll be gallivanting when it hits the air. But we're going live to the Elimination Chamber this Saturday, starting I think event start time is 6 p.m. Central, 7 Eastern.
Sure.
And, we are looking. We have some pretty good seats. I mean, we're not right up front, but we're not that far from the ring. So looking forward to that and really crossing my fingers. Even though 2 of the 4 matches are going to be inside of a cage, I'm really crossing my fingers we're going to get some brawling over by us. I don't know. I'm hoping.
Yeah,
I'm really hoping.
I don't know about that.
Drew McIntyre is known to run out of anywhere, so you know what I mean. It'd be great if he kind of like,
Well, and that is the
all of a sudden
corner.
we'll feel this breeze come by us or something.
So we're on the side of the hard cam. We're not on the side that the hard cam shows.
Yes.
So,
Okay.
however, that corner, like the timekeeper corner, not the shield corner, but the timekeeper corner, that is usually where they sneak folks in. Which
That's what I mean.
They'd be going right in front of us,
and we're going to be right there. So we could see some talent come by. That's what I'm looking forward to.
Generic black hoodie.
Could be.
Of course it is. They own those. They own stock in Champion at this point to like get those things. Anyways, we ought to get into the show here. We're just blathering on.
Hey, we are following the outline. We're catching up. I have the arrangements for Idiots in Chicago too. We've covered that. And then the great irony is we're both flying out of O'Hare on Sunday. And Uncle Todd is really hoping this isn't a repeat of the last time we were both at an airport at the same time when I got out of Dodge quickly and he was there till, well.
I'm telling you right now, if you arrive in Dallas and I am still sitting in Chicago, I'm going to change my flight, fly to Dallas, slap you in the mouth, and then fly back to Maine. That's my plan.
All right.
And I'll probably get some barbecue somewhere along the way there.
Be good enough to slap your mama. John Witherspoon, God bless him.
This is going to be an even more unhinged than normal. All right, what are we doing? What are we talking about here, sir?
Uncle Todd speaketh and Disney delivers, because I think it was last episode or 2 episodes ago, we were talking about where the heck is the trailer for Mando and Grogu? We're like 3 months away from the movie premiering. Well, there must have been a tremor felt in the force, because this past week,
that was definitely gas.
The official trailer came out. And so, as we are ought to do on this show, I have a link to it. We're going to pull it up, and we're going to watch it synchronously and comment on it if you would like to watch with us. We will count it down.
If you will.
Align yourself to the start time. But yes, sir. Let us kick this into high gear. And yeah. So do you have it pulled up?
I do.
Okay. All right. I will count us down.
You can okay. And now you got very NPR there for a second.
Oh, thank you. Well, I'm, trying to rein myself in a bit. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
The sultry tones of the man they called him.
Yeah,
all right.
Yeah, sure.
All right, Jimmy. All right. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. And we have a shot that, look at this.
Freaking gorgeous.
The flying eagles of I don't know what. Oh, there we go. Grogu's punching to me. Hey! Aww. His ship is back, ladies and gentlemen. What happened? You must have rebuilt it. Very nice. Looks very good.
Get a hot dog, apparently.
I love it. Closed for the night. Don't want to talk about the huts. Love how he just throws money down like a player.
Oh, yeah. Well, he is.
Wondering who that jabroni is. Long live the Empire.
He don't look like a jabroni. He looks like he's connected.
Right here is what I love about Mando. Flame throw, slide over, take the gun, shoot one guy, use your gun, shoot the other guy, ba-bam. There goes Grogu, blowing things up with the Force. That's what we like to see.
Oh, that looks cool. Like a Viper launch.
Yep. Very nice. Oh, he took his helmet off. What happened? What happened there?
And that's Inquisitor, right? Oh, wait.
No, I think it's a bounty hunter. My son was telling me it may be a bounty hunter from Clone Wars, the show. I found that line interesting. I won't always be around to protect him.
A jacked hut. My goodness.
Yeah. Yep.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's not looking good for Mando right there. Hey, Zeb. Got a little Zeb. Well, baby Greedo freaking out.
I love this part right here.
This is cool. It's like Grogu's like, let's get it on. And Mando is obliging.
Cruising down there.
Watching them flying together is phenomenal. I wonder if we're going to get like Love it. Take the box of cookies. He's like, screw you. I'm keeping this one.
I love how basically like Grogu is like Rusty in the Ocean's movies. Like he's always eating. Always eating.
Always angling for some food. Always angling for some food.
Oh my gosh. Now I'm
thoughts,
excited
sir.
for this movie. Now I'm excited.
There you
I
go.
was excited when they first announced it. Then it took a little while where we didn't get a trailer. Then we got that bullshit friggin' Super Bowl trailer, which I kind of get what they're going for, but to me it was very confusing. This is what I was waiting for.
Yep.
Now I'm all in. The
They were
chips are at
whetting
the
your
center of the
appetite.
table.
They were whetting your appetite with the teaser trailer, sir. That's what they were doing.
It wasn't wetting. It was just very. It was.
They were saying, here,
confusing.
dip your beak in. Dip your beak in.
I was confused as a baby raccoon. That's what I was.
Yeah, fair enough.
But no, now I am all in. How about you, sir?
Oh, I'm excited. We have some hut shenanigans, whether it be, excuse me. Well, I'm sorry. We have hut shenanigans. We have bounty hunter shenanigans. We have Mando apparently going 1-on-1 with the Great Hut One. Apparently,
Is it voiced by Dwayne Johnson? He can use it these days.
Actually, it's not. It's the main character for the guy who plays in The Bear. What the heck is his name?
The Bear.
Yeah, the show The Bear about the chefs.
Oh, him?
Yeah, he's doing the voice of that muscular hut you saw.
Wait, I thought wasn't he the voice of Ben Grimm?
No,
From the Fantastic Four?
Nope.
Wasn't well that dude was from the Bear, wasn't he?
let me find his name because
Everyone's from the friggin' Bear. I thought you were talking about like the Bear, like the friggin' Disney movie from like 30 years ago.
Jeremy Allen White.
Okay. There's a
Jeremy
different
Allen
dude
White.
but the dude who voices Ben Grimm is from the Bear as well.
Oh, he is.
I believe.
Okay. Is he really? Let me see.
That's what I heard.
No, I'm not seeing it. I call shenanigans on you, sir.
I really thought he
Oh,
was.
you're right. Ebon Moss Bacharach, is that his name?
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. He is.
Thank you.
He's not the main character. He's like sea level on that show, sir. I'm talking about Jeremy Allen White. I'm talking about an A-lister here.
Because I have an appreciation for the depth of the cast rather than you who doesn't look beyond like who's the main person.
Well,
There are good actors
it's the
all
draw.
the way down, you know?
It's the draw. It's the
Okay.
main event draw. Draw
All right,
me
so-
money.
So you don't care about Coach Beard and Ted Lasso. You just want to hear about Ted and Rebecca, and that's it.
No, Coach Beard's A-list right there.
No,
What are you
he's a
talking about?
B-list. He's a
He's not.
B-level
Coach
character.
Beard's A-list.
No, he's okay.
A-list. Anyways, we're talking about Mando and Grogu, not our good friend Ted Lasso.
Mhm.
But no, I'm excited for it. It was good to see Mando's old ship back in action. So I'm curious what the backstory there is. Have one of my own right over here that I just built out of Lego. And then I'm curious about the story. So he clearly gets captured. He gets his masks taken off. He gets thrown into a pit of some kind. And we also know out there is some sort of Imperial shenanigans as well.
Mm.
And kind of curious if it links up at all to Thrawn, if it links up at all to Ahsoka. I'm intrigued.
Have you heard? Excuse me. This is not on our outline, but I want to get your reaction to this since we're in a Star Wars frame of mind.
Yes, sir.
Apparently, the Rangers of the New Republic show, which was abandoned,
Yes.
might be getting
Space chips.
It might have a pulse.
Oh.
It might have a pulse. Like there is been some renewed action and talk of that show because apparently the lawsuit between Disney and or Lucasfilm and Gina Carano has been settled.
Okay.
And the signaling from the Disney side is that they would be open to further collaboration because I mean we've seen this before. We had the ScarJo, Marvel Disney kerfuffle.
Yes.
And they managed to iron that out and get everyone playing nicely together.
Mhm.
Apparently, there's a chance that they'd be open to Gina Carano's character making a return, and she was supposed to be like a very big part of that show. That was one of the reasons why that show kind of just went away. So, what do you think about that idea?
I want to know, do you have the Chips theme on the soundboard that we
I
can
do
play
not.
right now?
I don't. Sorry.
Dun, 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 I'm
Once
doing my
again,
own version of it.
the bridge portion of that is the baddest part of it. When
Oh,
it really
that
starts cooking.
ladies and gentlemen, you're gonna have to go back to the early days of Free Range Idiocy. There is an episode where Uncle Todd just lets loose with that song, and we have some fun with it. It was fun.
I mean,
it was fun.
We can't. Well, actually, I'm gonna put it on to add here.
What's that?
I'm gonna add the link to it.
Ah, okay, all right.
But we get banned like everywhere for that, including
Would
like
we really?
Czechoslovakia. Probably. I mean, everyone's so picky now. It's like-
Czechoslovakia? Is that what you just said?
Czechoslovakia isn't even a country anymore, but they would be like, yeah. And by the way, if we were a country, we would ban you.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think it'd be interesting. I think it'd be interesting to go back to that. You know, I thought the whole thing with her getting fired, like, it was foolish all the way around.
Sure.
You know, I could see why Disney did it.
Yes.
And I could see why, and I think it was foolish on Carano's part more than anything, because it was basically like, hey, just don't do that. Like, there's a lot of money to be made here. And then she's like, no, I'm going to do it. And they're like, okay, well, then you're fired. And then she was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you fired me. I was like, they asked you.
Yeah.
They're paying you money, and there was a lot more money to be made, and you decided to be your douchiest self, and you got yourself canned. Like, therefore, okay. I mean, I don't have a problem with her coming back and doing that. Like, whatever. I mean,
yeah.
I think it would be interesting. I think that was I really liked the concept of that show. That's why I'm a little bit excited just to see that, because I like the idea of what that element of a peacekeeping law enforcement sort of, like, how does that work in this galaxy? Like, it can't all be military, like,
right.
how do you function as a society? So I always thought that would be kind of interesting.
Yep.
I would agree. Another question now related to that's also not on here, but I figured it's also good because we've talked about the other person involved in this. What do you think about the Carano Ronda Rousey fight that's supposed to be coming up here in a few months?
Oh, is that who? Like, I saw something about Ronda coming back for a fight, but it's again Gina Carano.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God!
Because that's where she made her bones, and she made her bones in MMA.
Yeah.
Then went into acting.
Yeah.
How do you feel about two fighters past their prime? I mean, that seems like that's all the fights these days.
Is Jake Paul involved or no?
He's probably a corner man. I mean, probably.
I mean, these sorts of gimmick matches always seem to have a Paul brother involved at some point. So
how it's not a handicap match with him, like paying them both to like take a dive for him, I don't know. But yeah.
I don't know either.
Oh wait, is his jaw still broken? Who knows?
Probably.
Gosh.
But yeah. No, I'm not interested in the fight.
Yeah, me neither. Like,
they're past their prime. I'll read the article the next morning about how they embarrassed themselves. That's about it.
Yeah,
that's about my interest. But no, this movie though, I am not that my faith was shaken, but it was hard to kind of get a sense of where is this movie going. And what I like about it is, we have a little bit, we have some hints of what's going on, but there's no really, stringing together some sort of, oh, this is what's going to happen, or, oh, we think it's, this rumor is true. Like, it's really hard to know what it's going to be about. And they gave us some hints on where some of the action's going to be, where the fact that there is an Imperial presence, kind of going on there. And so I am curious. But I'm holding out hope that they are going to, because Favreau, he's done very well for himself in Star Wars, and he is a Star Wars fan, and he did deliver to us something that, I mean, really, I don't think any of us were even thinking would be a reality at any point, which is seeing, Luke Skywalker in his prime in this time period, in a limited way, but at least we got to see something.
Yeah.
And so I'm curious what surprises he's going to deliver, because he seems to have this knack for knowing what fans want to see, and he's not going to show his full hand in these trailers. So I'm curious what sort of surprises we get. I think it'll be
Yeah.
All right. So we look forward to Mando and Grogu. We are bullish here at Free Range Idiocy on the Mando and Grogu movie. Moving along to our friends at trekmovie.com, the source for everything new in Trek. That's literally what it says on the banner. I'm not making it up. But this article, Star Trek Nemesis screenwriter says Data actually didn't die. So if you have what in the heck is happening with your screen? What was that?
I'm just trying to figure out how to get the reactions to work again.
Oh, well, you just fired off a couple of them without doing anything, apparently.
Well, I know, but it was like they're not doing it. Okay, they are. Okay. They just weren't doing them before. Yeah. So is that working? Okay. Now they're working again. I don't know. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to
talk
interrupt
Star
you.
Trek, and you're goofing off with the technology over there.
I was going where no one's gone before. Apparently, the options window for my camera.
Oh my gosh!
It's going to start snowing in about 5 hours here.
I know.
I'm going to be buried and snow blowing tomorrow. So give me a break. I'm enjoying myself now.
Dumped on while we're going to have like 50-degree weather this weekend.
Yeah.
All right. Well, in this article by Bobby Olaire, basically our friends Jonathan Frakes and Brent Spiner have a new podcast called Dropping Names with Brent and Johnny. And apparently they had...
is that really it?
That is the name of it.
Brent and Johnny?
Brent and Jonny. Johnny. Yes.
All right. Sure.
And apparently they had their previous guest was LeVar Burton. And so I can imagine that was a spirited and fun episode. But they did have on John Logan, who is a 3-time Oscar nominee, accomplished screenwriter who also wrote Gladiator, 007 Skyfall, and Star Trek Nemesis.
Oof.
And so
he was doing well up until that last one.
Well, Frakes asked the question. Let me ask you a question that Jonathan Frakes has had to answer 100 times. Do you believe Data died in Nemesis? And Logan rolled his eyes and said no. And Frakes said, thank you very much. And then Brent Spiner chimed in and said, I never thought so. So apparently, there you have it. Data didn't die, at least according to the writer, the actor who played him, and the co-star. But
it seals it up. But I'm sure there's some chucklehead out there who's like,
well, I think it's differently. So if you go back here to season 5, and
well done, sir.
Jeez.
But
by the time we get done recording tonight, there's going to be no shackles, no filters.
No,
it's just going to be just outright ranting and raving. It's going to be great.
But it does kind of beg the question. There is still the Android B-4, get it? Before. Who they were downloading all of Data's memories into, and the thought was at the end of the movie that he was starting to access those memories, and so in a way Data lives on through this other android.
Okay.
But it sounds so I don't know if that's what they mean by Data didn't die, because he was on the ship when it blew up, so I don't know quite how he doesn't get evaporated. And so maybe that's what they're talking about. And then, but then it doesn't really line up with other things we've seen, because right, Picard season 1, Picard is able to, like, we don't get Data live and in the flesh, but we get like a memory of him, and he kind of says goodbye to Picard.
Yeah. And
then we get Data in season 3 when they recover him from whatever that secret lab is that the Federation has. And that sort of thing. So I don't know. I thought it was interesting that they all felt he didn't die, but I'm still kind of trying to figure out, okay, but what do you mean he didn't die? So what's your thoughts, sir, on the did he or didn't he die with Data on Star Trek? I mean, we're basically adjudicating a movie from about 22 years ago here, so.
Which I haven't seen in about 20 years ago, at least.
Yes.
I'm just going to come out right out and say it here, just the elephant in the room. As soon as you said Diddy, I got a little nervous about where you were heading with this. But then you went,
did he or did he not? That is proper English, sir.
I know, but just recently with Diddy in the headlines, it made me nervous where we were heading with this. If you had mentioned baby oil, I might have had to just call a timeout.
The two words "did he" existed before Diddy. So
I understand, but the way that you said them led me to believe something else entirely. That being said, I mean, it's an interesting thing, because I mean, what is death for an android? because if the body is synthetic, and I mean technically the brain is synthetic. So I mean the most you could kind of go with is that lived, in air quotes, experience being the most live thing for that being. So therefore, if the memories live on,
Yes.
then the person being therefore hasn't died, because everything else is synthetic. Everything else was manufactured.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore, the memory would kind of be the sum total of who they are in many ways, like that lived experience. So if that experience was then transferred to another body, well, yeah, I mean, then that makes sense, and it would all make sense in just how often they backed up his hard drive, I guess, and how detailed that was, and I mean, I guess also at a different level, like just how does an android brain like Data's work? Does it fundamentally change? Does it almost like a human brain rewire itself? Like,
Mm-hmm.
if a person has, a small stroke,
Mm-hmm.
we know that portion of the brain, that that brain tissue is dead.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's gone. But almost immediately the brain starts rewiring itself to work around the problem, which is one of those things that makes you go, how in the hell are we at the same time immensely fragile human beings? Like, we can only exist in like this wide of a swath of temperature range and conditions on this planet, but yet we are also incredibly adaptable. Like, how do those two things coexist with us?
Mm-hmm.
Is Data's brain kind of like that, where it is rewiring itself into something beyond what it was designed as?
Mm-hmm.
Well, then that would influence what death would be, I would imagine, because if that brain had kind of rewired itself in a like a hard wiring sort of way, well, then you're going to miss that if you transfer transfer the data, all that over to another brain that has not been rewired that way. So
Mm-hmm.
I can see where they're coming from. Like, yeah, if you transfer the experiences and all that, that's who Data really is. Then you just get down to the nuts and bolts of like, how does that act? Does it manifest itself physically?
Yeah.
So I get the point there, and it makes sense. I wish I could speak more about it, but I mean, I honestly cannot remember how. Like, when you mentioned like he was on the ship when it blew up, I'm like, he was. Wait a minute, it blew up. Like, all I remember about that
not
movie
the
is
Enterprise, not the Enterprise, but the Scimitar, which was the ship that was being flown by the Picard clone.
Yeah, which, I mean, again, I'm like, I just remembered Nemesis was not great.
Yeah.
It was a very much of a like, oh, really? This one? That kind of that hurt a little bit. Because I was a next gen kid. Like, that was my Star Trek growing up. So to see it kind of, end in a whimpering fart was kind of tragic. See, I haven't gone back to revisit that one.
One interesting thing I'm reading in the comments in this article is someone wrote, well, the initial comment was that the intention was for Nemesis to be like their version of Wrath of Khan, and so there would be a follow-on movie that would have Data. So Star Trek 9, I think it's 9, or no, 11, would have Data return and Riker/Titan crew continuing the Romulan peace plot, but sadly, due to the poor box office performance of Nemesis, it never happened. And then someone later on referenced a Terry Matalas interview where he basically said that it was very much his intention with Picard season 3 to make that kind of the unofficial Star Trek 11 we never got, which is the bringing back of Data and reuniting the crew and everything like that. So the more I'm reading these comments and hearing what you're saying and that sort of thing, I think in many ways, I think the Android B-4 was, in a lot of ways, like not Doc Brown, what the heck was his name? Bones. in Star Trek 2 who basically took on Spock's soul, right? And then in
started in Star Trek 3, that was when he was, because he transferred it in Star Trek 2, but in Star Trek 3 we actually saw it manifesting itself.
Right, exactly. Yeah. So he takes, so basically I'm drawing a line in Nemesis and Star Trek 2 of there was in Nemesis they're downloading Data's memories into this other android. So in his essence is in a lot of ways in someone else. And then if there had been that follow-on movie, it would have been the one that would have brought him back, I guess. So it's interesting.
Yeah. And this is the problem with like any franchise, is that eventually you start repeating yourself.
Yeah.
And you start repeating yourself, and the trouble is, like, as clever as you think you are, the hardcore fans are going to notice, and usually it's just not as good.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I gave a lot of credit for The Force Awakens. You know, people are like, oh my gosh, it's just a copy of Episode 4. I'm like, well, kind of, yeah. But it's showing like these things, like,
yeah,
it's BSG, man. Like, this has all happened before, and it will all happen again, sort of thing. Like, history does repeat itself, and when it doesn't repeat itself, it rhymes. You know, and if you're not careful like that, you can be part of that history repeating itself. And it's like, you know, almost with like Vader and all that, like the sins of the previous generation can loop the next generation in if you're not careful. So, like, I get it, but at the same time, like, there's got to be some more. Well, there is more to be explored because we've seen it in other shows now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we've seen it Discovery, we've seen it Strange New Worlds. Like, wow, there is other stories that you can tell. Wow, amazing, crazy talk. We don't have to go back and redo like Spock dying and all that, and like, which they even did in the friggin' Abrams universe, where it was like, oh, and this time it's Kirk. Ooh, wow. Yeah. You switch two characters. Madness. You know, anyways.
One other thing from the article mentioned too that Brent Spiner was also kind of at a point where he wanted to stop playing Data. He was, you know, it's basically, what did he say? I wanted him to die, but I didn't think it was happening. At the time, Spiner told people he was having a hard time playing a character that was supposed to be ageless as he crossed into his 50s. Mm-hmm. And that was something they had to explain in season 3, because when you see Brent Spiner playing Data, he looks his age, you know, and so, okay, why is Data looking like that? And they had an explanation for it. I forget what it is.
Yeah, me too.
But anyways, it was interesting. It was interesting. So yeah, it's good to hear. You know, they didn't really want to kill Data off. They had plans to kind of turn it into another, you know, search for Spock sort of thing. But it just was not meant to be, unfortunately.
No, but hey, it gave us season 3 of Picard, which was, I would argue, was more poignant just for the fact that we had to wait so long for it. So in a way, you know, you know, the universe kind of worked out the way it was supposed to.
Yes, indeed. All right, our next, and we have another Star Trek article from our friends at tvline.com, all things lines and TVs, I guess. But this sci-fi horror legend who turned down Star Trek's Picard before Patrick Stewart. This was a article about how
Robert Englund?
No. Do you remember the actor Yaphet Kotto?
Yes, dude.
I thought you were going to say no and be like, who the heck is he?
No, he was Agent Mosley in Midnight Run. Okay. And he was an alien.
I remember him from Running Man. He was one of the well, he was from the prison that Schwarzenegger's character had broken out of.
Oh my gosh, he was one of those dudes. Like, you saw him and you instantly kind of bought him. Like,
he was that guy.
He was one of those people. Like, I forget what movie it was from. It's escaping me right now. And it was like the person's like, "Oh no, I'm for real. I'm the realest person you're going to meet today." Something like that. And like, that was Yaphet Kotto. Like, he was a person like, oh yeah, no, he might be the one real person in this whole make believe universe. He's the guy.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
Oh my gosh, I just remember him in Midnight Run, so good. And Robert De Niro steals his ID, and then for the rest of the time they'd be like, "Oh yeah, this guy Mosley." He's like, "I'm Mosley." Progressively getting more and more just pissed off as the movie goes along, and more people think that this like, you know, greasy, bail bondsman, cracker is him, and he's just losing his mind chasing him across the country, and I love it. Oh my gosh, so good. Anyways, go ahead.
So apparently there was a time, and Yaphet Kotto passed away, I think a few years ago. I don't. It might say here in the article. I haven't come across it yet, but he has passed on. But there was a time when the actor known for roles in Alien and Live and Let Die was eyed to play Jean-Luc Picard. So why did he turn down such a prominent role? And here it is, quote, "I think I made some wrong decisions in my life, man. I should have done that, but I walked away. When you're making movies, you tend to say no to TV." And this is interesting because I'm trying to remember what was I was either listening to a radio program or watching a show over the weekend, or maybe it was this week, this past week, where they were talking about that there was a point in time in the 70s and 80s where there was I know what it was. It was because I'm reading Future Boy, Michael J. Fox's book about when he did Family Ties and Back to the Future at the same time. He filmed both those at the same time, and he was talking about how, back then you did not have, like, if you were in TV, you were in TV. You did not do movies, and if you were in movies, you did not cross over and do TV. Nowadays, we see it crossing over all the time, but that was not the norm, and so. For Yaphet Kotto, he was in a lot of different movies.
It was a step down.
What's that?
It was a step down. Even though he wasn't a leading man in these movies, that was a step down.
Yes. Yep.
Oof.
So he wasn't the only actor who was on the short list to play Picard. Let's see, Mitchell Ryan, Patrick Bacha, I don't know who this is, and Roy Thinnis were also in the running at various points. And apparently, Mr. Kotto also turned down Star Wars. So let's see. He was in Alien. He was in Alien. But did you know that starring in Alien is one of the reasons he turned down the chance, I kid you not, to play Lando Calrissian in the Star Wars saga? Uncle Todd has lost his mind.
Although that one worked out just the way it should have. Billy D is Lando. Is Lando.
It's not like we look at that and say, gosh, the guy who played Lando, man, we really missed out on Yaphet Kotto.
No.
It's like, no, Billy D, he well, hello there.
Works every time. And even, oh my gosh, who's the actor? I can't remember his name now. Donald Glover. Who he was like, there's only so much of a stamp that I can put on this because I've got to play it like a younger Billy D.
Like Billy D. Yep.
You have to.
Yep.
And number two, like, why would you want to do it any other way? Like,
yes,
that is a smooth mofo right there. Like, just channel that and you'll be fine. Oh damn! Yeah, that he had to be kicking himself for that.
Oh, it gets better. You ready for this?
What else?
You're going to take your headphones off again.
This is like Will Smith turning on the Matrix, ain't it?
In the same interview, Kotto revealed that his name was also in the hat to play Han Solo before Harrison Ford got the gig. But here's the thing. The actor said that Fox didn't want a black man playing such a prominent character, but George Lucas was keen for him to get the part. So
I could see that. I could see the studio, I could see the studio doing that.
Yep.
I mean, that's the 70s, man. That is not that long after like what we think of as the civil rights movement.
Yeah.
Which I don't want to burst anyone's bubble and really disrupt reality for folks, but like that didn't like end everything. I know it's going to be shocking for some folks out there that didn't fix everything.
How cool is that though? I mean, in an alternate universe, he could have played one of those three characters, and that would have been so interesting.
I could probably see him playing Han more than I could see him playing Lando, unless Lando is very different. I could see him playing Han. The one that really gets me is Yaphet Kotto playing Jean-Luc.
Yeah,
because I look at that and I'm like, you figure like, okay, because let's face it, like the first season of TNG was kind of like it was figuring itself out, and I've realized this more and more, like as I've watched a couple of shows. Most shows, like especially sitcoms back in like the 90s and stuff like that, man, the first couple seasons are almost just kind of figuring themselves out.
Yeah.
If you didn't get canceled, then they're trying to figure, and it's like usually season 2 or sometimes 3 when they finally kind of get their feet under them. Like Parks and Recreation, one of my favorite shows, like it really was season 3 when things really started going. Season 2 was where they started to get some momentum. Season 3 was when it really, all the characters kind of seemed like they hit their stride and like who they are. So let's just say, like, okay, season 1 is season 1. It is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
By season 2, they are going to have to make some changes to who Jean-Luc Picard is on paper and who you have playing him. And the way I look at that is like, oh my gosh, we would have got Ben Sisko a decade earlier.
Right. Yep.
Because Yaphet Kotto is not a person who's going to play Jean-Luc the way that Patrick Stewart does.
No.
He's going to play that much closer to the way, oh my gosh, who played Ben Sisko? Damn, a great actor in his own right. I can't remember his name.
God, I should know this.
Damn it. You look it up. But I mean,
Avery Johnson.
Avery Brooks.
I'm sorry. Avery Brooks. Avery Johnson was a basketball player. Sorry.
Yes, you're right. It would have been much closer to that because of just who Yaphet Kotto is. Like,
yeah.
He was not a little dude. Like all of a sudden you have a dude with like shoulders like a Buick as Jean-Luc Picard. Like it's going to be a different physical presence on camera than like this very proper Englishman, but who's very, lithe and kind of, oh yes. And no, you got this dude who stands up and you're like, okay. Even Klingon's like, okay, whoa. Sorry. You know what? I didn't mean to make you mad. How about you sit back down in the captain's chair? I liked you better when you're sitting down. You're a lot less scary. Oh my gosh, that would have been so interesting.
It would have. It would have been very different.
Especially if the show.
I think the intensity would have been there because Patrick Stewart brought in intensity to Picard, but like you're saying, everything else about the character would have been different.
Oh yeah, well, and Yaphet Kotto had that intensity. Like he could generate that.
Oh yeah.
Like just him staring at you is like, oh God, he's staring directly at my soul.
Mm-hmm.
But he could also, like, he had great comedic timing. Like that was the thing I loved in Midnight Run was like, he was so good at playing the comedic moments, but he was doing it in a way that was like, even though it's funny, there's still just a little bit of edge. Like, okay, is he being unintentionally funny? Because it seems like he really wants to kill Robert De Niro right now.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that was so good. But oh, dude, that is rough. That is rough. You like, you don't get Han, you turn down Lando, you turn down Jean-Luc. And I mean, every actor has that graveyard of parts they could have had. I mean, for God's sake, Sean Connery turned down Gandalf, right?
Mm-hmm. It happens.
And what else did he turn down? Because that was the reason he took League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. He turned down something before that.
I forget.
Was it Lord of the Rings that he turned down? And then he took League?
I don't know.
Oh my gosh. But anyways, everyone has those, but wow. That one's rough. That one's rough for Mr. Kotto. Ooh. He's sitting somewhere on a cloud now going, yep, and you know what? I could have been Lando.
Yep.
Oh.
Could have had my what do you call it? Sponsorship of Colt 45.
It wouldn't have been Earl Grey tea, I'll tell you that in the ready room.
That's right. Sean Connery famously turned down the role of Gandalf in the Lord of the Rings trilogy to pursue other projects, including the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. My God, I don't know what's the worst offense here.
Dude, I've said it before. I'll say it again. I was living in Virginia, and I
might have made a mistake.
One of my roommates was a manager of a Regal cinema, so I got into movies whenever I wanted to. I never paid for a movie. I saw League of Extraordinary Gentlemen for free, and I still wanted my money back. I was like, you owe me for my time. Like the time that just sucked out of my life. It was the pit of despair. Like you've just sucked away 2 hours of my life. I want it back.
Yeah, it's bad.
Like,
it's
sorry,
bad.
Here you can go into this theater for another movie. I'm like, all right, fine.
Gosh.
I'll rebound.
All right. Well, that is what could have been a what if you will.
If you will.
Let me see. When
is what? We getting
okay.
canceled right now?
I was trying to see when Spider-Man: A Brand New Day was going to come out, and it is July 31st of this year. Because our next article, by way of superherohype.com, is let's see.
What the hell does that have to do with the Effect Kodo? Are they bringing him back with CGI?
No, I'm moving on to another article because
I know you didn't say that beforehand. My
just
mind
follow along.
wandering.
Just follow along.
I'm not following along. This is your part of the show.
That's right. Follow me.
I am. I'm just confused when you don't lead.
Hey, brand new Spider-Man brand new.
What a comeback that was, sir.
Well,
that rapier wit of yours.
Thank you very much. I'm just moving along. Spider-Man brand new day villains revealed. This is the rumor from our good friend and
wait a minute. It's not a reveal then. It's a rumor.
Well, it's a reveal and a rumor.
It's not. Okay.
And this is where I drive Uncle Todd insane.
My time to shine. Hello has something to say here, right?
No, it is not my time to shine. Hello. That's the next one. So hold on. The last one will
be in here somewhere. Cracking guy every single week. This guy pops into my life.
So apparently, our good friend who we've talked about before,
it's like having an appointment with a hemorrhoid.
Daniel Richtman.
This son of a bitch. It's like having an appointment with the other hemorrhoid.
The rumor is that Brand New Day will feature the Enforcers as part of the film's villain lineup. The thing I'm disappointed by is I don't see the name Arn Anderson in there anywhere, which it should be because he is the ultimate enforcer. Thank you very much. But no, there's apparently a group called the Enforcers, and let's see. He shared that the team's lineup in the film will reportedly include Fancy Dan, Frederick Foswell, Montana, and Ox. I've never heard of any of these. And
wasn't Fancy Dan like it was Dapper Dan was the pomade that George Clooney liked in Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?
I think so. But in the comics, the Enforcers are a group of hitmen/extortionists. They work for various employers within the criminal world, aiding them in a variety of schemes, and they first debuted in the Amazing Spider-Man number 10, released in 1964.
Jesus.
The four are employed by Frederick Foswell. I don't understand that. Oh, Montana, Fancy Dan, and the Ox. Consisting of Montana, Fancy Dan, and the Ox, the four are employed by Frederick Foswell. They help him in his efforts to take over New York City's criminal gangs, and this results in a fight with Spider-Man that leads to their defeat. In a later appearance, they are employed by Norman Osborn to shut down Malone's Flophouse, as the latter wants to obtain the land it is on. Okay.
Oh, good. Another real estate scheme, because that works so well for all the Superman movies.
And then apparently there's a tie-in somehow to Namor the Submariner, which I'm kind of like, I don't know how Namor starts to cross paths with extortionists, but whatever.
One of them went scuba diving, apparently, and tried to hold up a barracuda for the VIG, I guess. I don't know.
Oh,
what the heck is going on?
The above rumor, let's see, will include you'll love this, Uncle Todd. The above rumor comes shortly after Alex Perez revealed in a Patreon Discord Q&A session that Brand New Day will reportedly include about 9 villains from Spider-Man's Rogues Gallery. This already includes confirmed antagonists Michael Mando's Scorpion and Marvin Jones III's Tombstone. So it looks like Spider-Man Brand New Day is going to be a battle royale, if you will, of the villains versus the web-slinging young man. Thoughts on this?
What is this? Is this like we're building up Goldberg? We're just going to feed him a bunch of jobbers here? Like,
hey, it's a reset on Spider-Man, so they got to build him back up.
G-Rection not available for this picture?
What about G.I. Bro?
Him too.
Can you dig it?
I don't know. I mean, here's the thing. Like, all of this sounds...
This does nothing for me, by the way, because I have no background in this group.
Well, and here's the thing. Like, I can see the beauty of that because aside from Scorpion, and who is the other one they mentioned?
Tombstone.
Nothing about him. So
Yep.
Scorpion appeared in Into the Spider-Verse movies. But kind of like briefly, and then there was a bit of him in the prison scene when Vulture went to prison. So like I think the beauty of this is like these are all members of the rogues gallery that nobody knows squat about, and that would be ripe to bring into the modern world and do whatever you want with them. You know what I mean? Like you can go any direction with these, and people aren't going to worry about canon because like who the hell is paying attention to folks from like 60 years ago? So I get it from that point. It really does not do a whole lot to like get me excited for this. Like, ooh, Spider-Man's gonna fight Fancy Dan. I gotta lay down some money for that. Now, ultimately, it's going to be like, how does this follow up on No Way Home and where he is right now and all that? Of course, that's the big thing. So maybe that's the other thing, is that they're deliberately putting in some weaker character, like bad guys, so that the focus is really on Peter Parker's further adventure in like what his world is now. He basically doesn't have his aunt, he doesn't have his friends, he doesn't have Tony. It's just him.
Yeah.
Maybe this is what's going to enable them to tell that story. So I can see that. I can't say that I'm like all that jazzed up now. Let me wait and see the trailer. And maybe you'll hook me there.
Right.
But this is not a movie where I'm, from your description here, from our good AI friend, whatever Rickman here,
Daniel Rickman,
Alan Rickman's long lost step cousin. It's not the kind of thing where I'm willing to go plunk down the money now for an advance ticket. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
What about you? Is this get your hackles in anywhere of an uproar?
I mean, you kind of touched on something that I was thinking about when I first read this article, which is, I wonder if they're going to keep his story very grounded after the, I don't want to say supernatural, but it is the...
Well, it was magic.
Yeah. I mean, basically the fantastic kind of fantasticism that was the last movie, where we pull in the other, multiverse Spider-Man and the rogues gallery from the first set of Spider-Man movies, that sort of thing. So it makes sense to go this route. I'm just kind of curious how that story though would play given where we are in kind of the just the phase 5 multiverse, or phase 6. I don't know what phase we're in at this point, but we're in a phase where things are very fantastical, and it feels almost out of place if it's just in New York with him dealing with that. But yet at the same time, it feels like the right move when you're trying to essentially play out a reset of his character.
I agree. So, I think it's a good way to go, just in terms of like you say, it's a reset. Like trying to figure out where this character is and really figure out where his head is at.
Yep.
Because that is always, the character of Spider-Man has always kind of played a lot of like, who is he and where is he in his struggle and all that. Yeah. Did we not? I'm just realizing, did we not talk about Spider-Noir's trailer?
You know what? We didn't. I forgot to throw that in. So
do we want to do that now?
I prefer not, because we're almost done.
Yep. Let's save that for another time then.
But we can do it for the next Week in Geek.
Okay, let's do that.
It's funny when I put the Mando Grogu trailer, and I'm like, I thought there was another trailer, and it didn't stand out, unfortunately. So
I got to tell you though, just as a warning,
we're
probably not going to be recording a Week in Geek portion, because I think we're probably going to just do our Elimination Chamber recap, and that's it. I don't know that we're going to have time to record both of those. So do we want to? I don't know. Do we want to?
Wait a minute. I thought we did do Spider-Man Noir.
I thought we did too, but I was just looking back at the last outline, and we didn't. I'm realizing I was talking to Kaylin about it.
No, I guess not. I guess not. Well, let's wrap up this and the Avengers Doomsday one that I have, and then we can see where we're at time-wise.
I'll throw it here in the outline, and we'll see.
Because I'm trying to keep it nice and tidy. So
I know you are, and I appreciate that. But I'm here to act.
And you go and mess up my arrangements.
Well, it's what I do best. All right, that's enough on Spider-Man.
All right, so Spider-Man, we're going to have the lowly enforcers as part of the villainous crew that he will be taking on. So
don't throw lowly in there. You don't know.
I think it'll be lowly.
Okay.
All right. Well, now from our also from our friends at Superhero Hype, the Avengers Doomsday rumor of the week, from none other than our dutiful and reliable My Time to Shine Hello. Has once again reported that in Avengers Doomsday, Steve Rogers.
What a loose interpretation we have these days. Like, we used to have real reporters. Now we have some schmuck named My Time to Shine Hello. Somewhere Walter Cronkite is spinning in his grave like a centrifuge. We should hook him up and generate electricity from it.
All right. Fair enough. Sorry, I was reading a text from my wife because I want to make sure everything was okay, and I wasn't really paying attention to you. So what were you saying?
Is everything okay?
Everything's fine. I was trying to make sure everything was fine. You were yapping, and I just couldn't pay attention to it. So I'm sorry. So what did you say? You said we were going off the rails here, so here we go.
Just go ahead. Just keep going.
No, what did you say? I'm sorry.
Nothing. You can watch it in the replay. Let's go. You want to keep this neat and tidy. Let's go.
Oh my God. So our good friend My Time to Shine Hello has put forth a rumor that in Avengers Doomsday, Steve Rogers and Thor are on a side quest to find Loki and the TVA, and that this will run parallel to the central Avengers conflict in the movie. And so this is just to, like, we already knew Tom Hiddleston and Loki were going to be in this movie. Now, some rumors we've seen have it where Loki seeks out Steve Rogers and basically is like, look, you're living a timeline that the TVA has got to purge because this shouldn't be. Mm-hmm. I've seen a rumor where he then takes him and shifts him over into Earth 868.
My arrangements.
Indeed, where the Fantastic Four are. And now, but this one is different where it's like Thor and Steve Rogers are trying to find Loki. So it's just kind of interesting. The other part of this is that Doom may have multiple masked sidekicks described as both male and female. Their identities remain undisclosed, but speculation is that they may be variants or followers. Some may potentially unmask as characters such as Scarlet Witch or Tony Stark. Let's see. That was pretty much it. So really the heart of this is that that a recent report revealed new details that Thor and Steve Rogers may be kind of on a buddy mission to find Loki and the TVA for some reason. We don't know why. And then this would be kind of a parallel story as to what the other Avengers are kind of going after. So what are your thoughts on that possibility?
They're basically zebras.
Basically.
I think you bury the lead. Like, go back to that part of like the masked henchman and we all of a sudden Scarlet Witch and Tony's like what was that part again?
So there's a separate report that claims that let's see. Let me back up for a second. Thor and Steve are already on the Fantastic Four ship with Doom before it arrives in the MCU. Detail positions the characters alongside Victor Von Doom early in the narrative. Robert Downey Jr. portrays a version of Doom. And then it says a separate report claims this version of Doom commands multiple masked sidekicks described as both male and female. Their identities remain undisclosed with speculation that they may be variants or followers. And some may unmask as characters such as Scarlet Witch or Tony Stark. So the idea being that that Doom may have his own kind of Knights of Ren, kind of like Kylo Ren had, that are all masked.
That turned out really well for him.
But they could end up being variants of other heroes who are not heroic, but rather evil. What do you think of all this?
That sounds
Is your noodle cooked?
No. That sounds like, okay, the first half, yes, I can go with that. Like,
wait a minute. You got to do that right. No. You got to do the Emperor, no sequence there. Come on now.
I was going to go for more of the Wyatt Earp. No.
There goes Wyatt walking on the water. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I've got other friends. I don't.
Wyatt, you are an oak. I love that line.
That settles it. I hate him. Yeah, so the first half of this, the side quest piece, like I can totally get that because we've already kind of established this in other Avengers movies that you'll have, you can't just focus on the group against the group. You have to have other things going on, and either the team coming together or the team on separate missions because variety is a spice of life and the 3-ring circus and blah 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 blah, all that fine. Mm-hmm. I can see that. This whole other thing where it's like, oh well, and they're gonna have this. Doom's gonna have this. I mean, maybe. Like, hey, I don't know. I haven't read the script. I'm not sitting in on the creative meetings. It just seems way too much like a Patton Oswalt and Parks and Recreation, like just coming out with fan theory bullshit just to make it, sound cool. Mm-hmm. It sounds really cool, but it's also like, okay, well, how does that fit into it, and what are you actually going to do with this thing? Because you have to pay it off. I mean, it's not like we're dealing with some, schmuck filmmaker who's just stepping into this for the first time. Like, the Russo brothers have done this a couple times. They know this stuff. They know it. More importantly, they know what the studio wants. And I think they have a decent idea what the fans want. So they're going to be like, well, we just can't do this thing to do it. There would have to be a reason behind it. And are we ever going to pay that reason off sufficiently to actually justify the amount of time we would have to invest in order to make it pay off? Mm-hmm. And I think that's where people miss the boat, because it's like, this is not a 400-page novel where you can do all those things and oh no, you've got like 2 hours. Okay, if you're doing like Endgame, like 18 hours or whatever that movie was, like it would, we're trying to imagine this is not a bladderbuster sort of thing. You got like 2 hours. You can't do something like that if it's not going to be the main thrust of the movie. That's how I look at it. Mm-hmm. So the first thing, like, yeah, the side quest, okay, sure, that could be totally a thing. And it sounds reasonable enough. This other thing where it's like, oh, and this other thing is like, okay, now you just made that up because you're like, this will sound really cool. Great. Yeah, it sounds really cool, but
it's going to be real jabroni, so you have a choice to make, sir. Are you going to go for it or are you not?
I don't have to make that. I don't have to make that choice right now.
No, you don't. But you might.
Okay, are you trying to act like I'm freaking Linus here in Emmett's Pub? By the way, I kind of want to go there. Is that place still open?
What are we talking about?
Ocean's 11. Yeah. So you remember Danny Ocean has the ticket and he has the wallet and he's like,
"Oh,
you're either in or you're out."
I would have to look that up. I don't know. Some places have closed up since the early 2000s. So you know what I mean.
I know. But anyways, so yeah, yes on the first thing. Wishful thinking on the second thing. What do you think?
I think Doom needs his own version of the Knights of Ren. I think that'd be good.
Yeah, but we never found out who the Knights of Ren were, and they did diddly squat.
I know. Well, that was a different set of writers.
They were
the Russos might pay this off. The Russos might pay this off.
The Russos would have been like, that's stupid. We're not even going to write it in there in the first place. It wouldn't have made it past the second draft.
I think they would have made it work.
Okay, but you could make it work, but then it's like it becomes the movie about them.
Well,
the movie isn't about them. The movie is about this thing over here. Well,
called Doomsday. They could be part of Doomsday. Who knows? Who knows?
Anyways.
So you asked me what I felt, and you're sitting here just like, you're wrong. You're wrong. You're an idiot. You're wrong.
I mean, maybe I'm just... Maybe
I have sat here and let you expository about your feelings. It would be nice to be reciprocated, my friend. I was giving
going to freaking therapy while I'm there. It's like that. You're gonna lead me to. By the way, we're going to the museum. Green Street means, and by the way, this is Dr. Fitzgerald. Is this an intervention?
Maybe.
You better get me good drunk before.
Oh God, that's hysterical. Oh my gosh.
Well, no, I guess
this is my good friend, Dr. Elijah Craig.
Well, we can meet all you want. Especially get Nurse Apparel in here.
I happen to like this idea of a masked troupe that follows Doctor Doom around, and it would be interesting if it ends up being some variants of heroes who are not quite heroic. I think that'd be kind of interesting.
All right.
It brings the whole multiversal thing, kind of together with what we've seen in other shows and how variants of some of our characters are not quite what they are in the universe that we are accustomed to. So yeah, I think that'd be interesting. But the whole thing with Steve Rogers and Thor, I mean, I think that's, to me, it's kind of piecing together what we've seen in the trailers and coming up with a rumor that kind of makes sense with them trying to track down Loki and the TVA for whatever reason. It's all very speculative and hard to piece together, and who knows, at this point, but it feels like a viable route it could go because of the fact that from what we've seen, I mean, the common thread through a lot of rumors is Rogers is causing something bad with the multiverse because of what he does when he goes back in time. So he is the cause of some effect that's going to happen, and either Loki finds him or he finds Loki, and he's trying to protect his kid, and Thor's trying to protect his kid. And so I think that's going to be the motivation here, is family and parents, protecting and providing for their children as this multiverse gets out of control. So
what you're saying is that Steve Rogers is the polyp in this superhero colonoscopy. I mean,
ladies and gentlemen,
am I wrong?
I can't say you're wrong.
Thank you. Oh,
you're right.
Bend over and cough.
All right. With that being our Avengers Doomsday rumor of the week, this would have been the end of the Week in Geek, a nice and tidy 1 hour and 12 minutes, but Uncle Todd would like to drag it out a little bit longer. So
I would for some Nick Cage insanity. Yes.
Oh, God.
Yes, I would.
Good Lord. All right.
Yeah, damn Skippy, I would.
I'm about keeping with the plan and keeping on time, but I will allow this because we won't be recording next week for a variety of reasons. So we are going to
be a Week in Geek. So
I'm sorry, what?
We will, but it just won't be a Week in Geek. That's all.
Okay. All right.
I don't know that we'll have time.
I don't even know if we're going to be able to adjudicate our picks and stuff. We're doing this preview, and then if we're recording in my car, I don't know how I'm exactly supposed to tabulate the results of our picks and everything.
Well, we can talk about that a little bit later.
All right.
We can
always retire down here to my Fortress of Solitude, where we can,
as long as there's tacos, I'm good for however long. I don't have to be on a plane till 6.
Okay. All right. I have to be on a plane at like 8. I'm not getting into Dallas till like 11 or something crazy like that.
All I care about is that I'm in Maine before you're in Dallas. That's all I care. It's a friggin' race to a car wash.
I
don't care.
hope you are stuck in Chicago when I land.
Don't you put that evil on me.
I can laugh. Ha ha! Is what
I said.
say.
I will change my flight right there.
All right.
I will fly to Dallas. I will track your ass down.
Please do. Please do.
And then I'll just spin on my heel and head back to the airport. I'll pay that.
That's how important it is to slap me. It's for you to go out of your way 2.5 hours to do that.
It'd be good money spent. That's what I'm saying.
All right.
Well, so here we are with Spider Noir.
We have Spider Noir. This is the teaser trailer. This is going to be a live action series starring Nicolas Cage. It will start May 27th on Amazon Prime. And I have it up. I have it pulled up. Are you ready, sir?
I am.
All right, I will count us down. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. All right. We have Nick Cage walking the aisle.
Mhm.
Black and white. Oh, and now we have him wearing the mask with the goggles.
This thing looks gorgeous, dude.
It does.
Especially
I
with,
almost
like,
want to watch it in black and white because it just looks so good.
like there's no like de-aging of Nick Cage.
Nope.
You know, like I love that this is like an older Spider-Man.
And they're clearly going with the he gets bit by a spider thing that will introduce his powers.
Like the hard-boiled detective thing, like the whole noir thing. I love this aspect. It's just so friggin' over the top. But I love how this is almost being played for like there's a little bit of a horror aspect.
I love him wearing the mask with it half pulled up so he can take a drink. I think that's phenomenal.
I got blasted. So Nick Cage.
Yep. Yeah, and this is looking kind of insane. I mean, it's just him acting like a wackadoo.
Oh, I love it. I love Nick Cage doing Nick Cage things, man.
He is. He is so good. So very good. Who is that actor?
I don't know.
I've seen him in other stuff. Let me look it up.
Yeah.
Spider Noir.
So authentic black and white or true hue full color. I'm totally watching this in black and white.
All right. So
you tell me, was that worth it or not worth it?
Lamorne Morris.
Great name.
1 second. Let me close this. He has been in.
He looks familiar.
Oh, he looks familiar to me because he was in the 2024 not documentary. It was a movie on the first night of Saturday Night Live. He played Garrett Morris. Oh, he's Garrett Morris. I think he's Garrett Morris's son. Wait a minute. Lamorne Morris. Wait, no, hold on a second. No, maybe I could be wrong. Hold on. What are you laughing about?
Just the fact that you're like, wait, he's his son. It's like a Jerry Springer episode. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That was Maury Povich that did that thing. You are not the father.
No, I don't think he's related to Garrett Morris.
That's how committed to the role that he was. He took Garrett Morris's last name. That's how method he is. Respect that.
Yeah, he is not related to Garrett Morris.
Damn it. That would have been a great story.
No.
Still, hell of an actor.
But he was in New Girl that was on Fox. He was in a show called Happy Endings. And he's been in some other stuff. Barbershop, The Next Cut. Jumanji, The Next Level. I've seen him on there's got to be other stuff he's been in.
I would have seen him in the Jumanji flick because Cameron's a big fan of those. As a matter of fact, we watched the first Dwayne Johnson Jumanji when she was home for was it break or the other weekend? It's not that terrible, although a lot of it comes down to like Jack Black and Karen Gillan for me. Dwayne Johnson.
Oh, he was in the movie Yesterday. That was
the Beatles flick, right?
Yeah, that was a good movie.
All right.
Anywho, Nick Cage looking insane as ever.
Oh yeah, and that's the thing. Like, I love the fact that like it's obvious that he really loved doing this. Like he loved voicing this to such a degree that I could see him like actively like just calling like week after week, having like a reminder on his calendar, like beep beep. Oh, it's time to call the studio. Hey, have you thought about doing Spider Noir again? And finally, they're like, oh my gosh, if Nick Cage calls again, I'm not here. And then all of a sudden, hey, how you doing? How'd you get my cell phone? You know, like I love that. And it kind of comes through here where it really feels like they're just letting him be nuts. And I love that because Nick Cage is the perfect actor to just let be nuts.
Yes. Yep.
It's great. No,
100%.
I was so ready to cancel Amazon Prime, and now I'm gonna have to friggin' keep it.
Yeah, you are.
A couple months.
Yeah, you are.
Because nothing's on physical media anymore. It's not like it's gonna come out on DVD. Bastards.
Just embrace the streaming, my friend. Embrace it.
there a way to surf with the sharks and see this on Netflix by any chance?
I don't know. Have to check that out. All right. Well, do you want to introduce our final segment so we can wrap this song up?
Oh, sure. So what do you have for, and another thing, a suggestion for our viewers / listeners, sir?
So my wife and I have started watching Only Murders in the Building on Hulu.
So good. So
What?
good.
Have you?
So
Are
good.
you all caught up?
No. So the thing was, I started watching this with my wife, and it was really good. And then after a while, she's like, I really don't like it because there's killing. I'm like, this it's in the it's in the title. So I haven't watched it in a while, but I do want to, because Martin Short and Steve Martin.
Oh.
And then, oh my gosh, who's the
Selena
actress?
Gomez.
Selena Gomez, who I only knew. I hadn't watched Selena Gomez in anything except like that cooking show she had on like HBO Max, where I was like, oh my gosh, we're going to watch a live amputation of a finger because she was so bad with a knife. I was like, I'm going to watch Selena Gomez chop off half her hand at some point while she's like hacking away at an onion and trying to make a terrible joke. But she is phenomenal in this. I was amazed, and I enjoyed it so much. And then my wife was like, meh, I don't want to watch it anymore. I'm like, okay, so I'll never figure out how this thing ends. And then Nathan Lane showed up on it, and I was like, and
I'm just going to let you talk about it, okay? I'm going to push the microphone away.
No, go ahead, please. I'm sorry. Go ahead. No, go ahead. It's your thing. I haven't caught up on it, so you go ahead.
You've given 3/4 of it away. You may as well just finish it. Is there anything else you want to talk about with the show, sir? Let me see. We've talked about Steve Martin. We've talked about Martin Short.
Proceed.
We've talked about Selena Gomez. Nathan Lane has an appearance in it. We're about halfway through the first season, but no, it is a great show. Has a nice mix of, some cliffhangers in there, and they're not like big cliffhangers, but it's just enough where you're like, ooh, that's interesting. At the end of each episode. But yeah, no, it's really funny. Martin Short's character is hysterical, as you would obviously expect. I just love the fact that at one point his character is only has like dips for dinner, and he says something like, "I don't think I've had an entree in 18 years." Which I don't know why that made me laugh so hard, but it just made me laugh so hard.
Here's the thing: like, we all know people who have a weird food thing.
Yep.
So you're like, yes, I don't know this person, but I know someone enough like them that this is the next logical step. Like this person who I know who just, like they only eat shrimp. They won't eat any other type of meat, but for some reason shrimp is okay. Like, and it's like an ethical thing. They're like, well, I couldn't eat cows or I couldn't eat chickens. Okay, but you can eat shrimp. Well, yeah, it's just shrimp. Well, they're a creature. Like they're alive. Oh yeah, but they don't have a face. It's okay. Like, and you're like, that person left alone long enough will eventually make the evolutionary step to like, I only eat dips now.
Yeah.
Of course you do. Okay, fine, sure.
And the funny thing is, because I can totally identify, because that's something I've started doing. I've started, like, for lunch, sometimes I will have carrot sticks and just like, like a hummus or some dip that we have that's like low carb. It's a nice light lunch, gives me energy. I love it. But it's what I have. And it's like, yeah, I don't remember last time I had an entree for lunch, because I've just been having carrot sticks and whatever. So anyways, really funny. If you haven't seen it, check it out. I, of course, am behind the times, so this is probably old news for everyone, but it's funny. It's really good, and I would highly recommend it. Sir, what is your and another thing? And, quite honestly, I can't talk enough about it because it's been a while since I've seen it, kind of forgotten about it. So,
well, me too.
You're free and clear. I'm going to push the microphone away.
Oh, thank you. Oh my gosh. Such a baby. My goodness. So my and another thing is going to be Friday with Ice Cube, starring Ice Cube, Chris Tucker, Tiny. Oh my god! Of course we get the friggin' belt. I knew this was coming. Tiny Zeus Lister, and of course the main reason I'm suggesting this is John Witherspoon as Ice Cube's dad, because in our pre-production meeting we were talking about okay, thank you, Bray. We were talking about John Witherspoon in an Instagram reel that I sent to Tim, and where it was all about barbecue, and it's good enough to slap your mama. And John Witherspoon, Mama, come over here. Oh, it was terrible, but yeah, really funny. So just thinking about John Witherspoon as Ice Cube's dad, Craig's dad in this is, it's amazing. But yeah, of course, it's a movie centered around weed and owing money and somebody going to kick somebody's ass. So it's a great family flick, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Like definitely, watch this with your family, and no, don't watch it with your family. Probably watch it by yourself. But anyways, yeah, check that out. If Tim thinks he's behind the times, I'm much more behind, because Friday came out like late 90s.
I think so. Yeah.
I used to love when they used to, like, because again, kids back in the before times,
1995,
before streaming,
31 years ago,
before streaming, you had things that would get put on network television or on cable. And I would love it when they would advertise like, oh, this Friday on USA Network, Friday. And I'm like, that movie's 30 minutes long on cable. Like when you take out all the weed references, the sex references, the cussing, there's nothing left to the movie. The movie doesn't even make sense anymore. But now you can watch it in glorious HD on your phone while you're, getting a haircut. So whatever works for you. Check out Friday. You'll find it amusing. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is our Week in Geek Wednesday episode. Thank you for joining us. We do so appreciate you. You can find all of our episodes at freerangeidiocy.com. You can download them all there one at a time or as a group. Subscribe to the Podbean app. You can find us on fine podcast purveyors of all kinds for our audio version. That's on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Pandora, Amazon, and many, many, many others that I can't be bothered to mention right now. But search for Free Range Idiocy, you'll find us. And you can also get full video episodes on our YouTube channel as well. Be sure to subscribe there so you get all the recent and newest episodes. You can find us on the social medias on, YouTube's as well as Instagram and Facebook at Free Range Idiocy. If you have any thoughts, questions, concerns, or ideas for shows, because quite honestly, if you look at us, we're running dry here, folks. So send us some ideas. Send those to...
I take exception to that. I curated a fine list of things today.
You did. I'm just saying, from my end, I've got nothing left, folks. I'm coasting on fumes. I need help. Well, actually, Tim needs help because he's the one who has to put up with my ass. Send those to Tim at freerangeidiocy. You don't have to nod along with that kind of enthusiasm. I saw you. And I notice you have your Patriots sweatshirt back on now that the stink is off of that one.
This is one of my more comfortable sweatshirts.
We did our Patriots getting their ass kicked episode, and the sweatshirt's nowhere to be found.
No, it isn't. No, it was in the wash still. It was kind of a CM Punk level of stankiness there on that one. So
Tim got drunk the night of the Super Bowl, then took it out in the yard and peed on it. Bring it in.
Oh God,
where the hell are we going with this?
I don't know.
But so again, thank you for watching and listening. And now I'm going to hand it back to Tim. He's going to take us home. Lead bottle washer and leader editor of the Week in Geek. How are we going to take this one home, sir?
As we always do, to the interwebs, we say, you suspect. We don't know what your reputation is in this town, but after what you tried to pull today, you can bet we'll be looking into you. And to our listeners, good day, ladies and gentlemen. And until that day comes, keep your ear to the grindstone.
You're messing with my Zen thing, man.
Now get the hell out of here!